Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you all here with me today. So today I felt like making another masterboard. I've been really wanting to do one with more of a neutral background mixed with green and like leaves and that kind of thing. So that's what I did today. I had a lot of fun making this one, and I just did it on an 8.5 by 11. Originally, I was going to do this with postcards and do like a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock and then cut that into postcards, but I decided that this is all I had energy for, so I was cool with that, and I did it, and I enjoyed it, and I love the outcome. So all I'm using here is just some different neutral papers, vintagey style. Most of these papers came from Temu, and then my botanical green papers are actually a paper wrapping paper, and I will link that that book that I got the wrapping paper from down below because it is amazing. They are one of my favorite kind of books for backgrounds. I absolutely love them. I used to talk about them all the time on my channel, and I have several of the books, and so I will definitely leave that in the description so you can check it out. And I'm just kind of, I don't know, intuitively just putting pieces wherever I feel they need to be. And these are going to be cut up into artist trading cards, which are 8.5, oh my gosh, 2.5 by 3.5 inches. So I'm kind of in my mind, I'm kind of looking at the paper, knowing a little bit how I'm going to cut it up. So I was strategically kind of trying to place things a little bit where I thought they might end up, but not really, not too much. When I do masterboards, I just like to have fun and glue and then cut them up and see what I get. And then if I need to make some changes, I make some changes. But sometimes you won't know that until you cut them up. And then, if some piece has too much of this and not enough of that, then add some of that and then it'll be better. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And beforehand, I just took my papers and I just chopped them up into random bits. Squares, rectangles, strips, you name it. I just cut them up into little bits. And yeah, that's all I did to prepare for this. And then I am using cardstock as my base. I almost always use cardstock for my base for any kind of masterboard type project, unless I'm using like a cereal box or like an empty food box. Those are great for using as artist trading card bases, plus you're recycling, so that's like a bonus. So I want to start making some ATCs that I can give out, and I have another project that I'm going to be doing, and I'm excited about that. So I'm just kind of deciding how I want to work that, and I'm excited about it. I love making artist trading cards. They're one of my favorite things to do because it's just a tiny piece of art, and if you only have a few minutes in your day to create, or you only have enough energy to create a small project due to, I don't know, a new baby, a chronic illness, whatever, you didn't sleep last night. Artist trading cards are great because you can just make one or you can make 50, you know what I mean? Depending on your mood. And you can get through them relatively quickly because it's only 2.5 by 3.5 inches. So I love them. I think they're so fun. And I do get a lot of questions. Yes, people trade these. They're like baseball cards, if you will. And you can trade all over the world. You can also keep them if you want to. I tend to keep a lot of mine. I have traded around the world with people, and there are lots of Facebook groups for that. I have talked for the last year about doing an artist trading card swap in my Facebook group, and I do still plan on doing that. Life has just been crazy. If I'm going to be totally transparent, I haven't been the same since my dad passed away, and I'm working through that. Grief is a crazy thing, so just bear with me. I'll get there. It just patience, I guess, all I'm asking for. But yeah, I do want to do that. It's going to be a lot of work on my end, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. But I definitely want to do it. I have always wanted to do it. I like being involved in them. I like trading them. So I definitely want to do something like that. And I know that a lot of you like to do that as well. So I'm excited for that. And even though I pre-cut a lot of these papers, it's fine to go back and cut them smaller if you need. That was just kind of a starting point to get going. So yeah, definitely don't feel like you can't trim your papers down. If you want to, you totally can. Masterboards sometimes I feel like are a trust the process kind of moment. They can start out kind of looking a little rough, and then as you keep going and you keep adding and you keep layering, it's crazy how beautiful they end up being. And you can layer and collage and add stickers and stamps and words and labels and you name it, numbers, letters, words, all of it. And you can make them very cluttered or not. I tend to keep mine a little bit more simplistic because I want to decorate on them. So sometimes if they're like super cluttered, it's just a little bit much, but it's crazy. They can seem very cluttered, but then when you cut them up, they aren't so cluttered. So have fun. Go crazy with it. This is one of my favorite all-time projects. I say that all the time. Basically, I just like gluing paper. So if there's something where I can just glue paper, I'm doing it. I love it. I think that's why I like glue books so much, because you're just gluing and it's very satisfying and very relaxing. Today is a super overcast day, and yesterday it was overcast and misty rain all day. And Bob, over the weekend, bought me a brand new fall candle. I love fall candles. I just love the smell of fall, like cinnamon and nutmeg and pumpkin spice and all that. I love those smells. I love Christmas smells too, a lot. So those are my two favorite times to get candles. So anyways, I lit the candle yesterday and all the guys in the house were like, oh, it smells so good in here. It was great. I loved it. Today I have food in the crock pot, so I'm just living my best housewife life over here, making the men in my house feel all comfortable and cozy. It's great. I love it. I love feeling cozy. Probably because with my fibro, I have a really hard time being comfortable. I can't sit in the same spot for too long or stand too long or do anything for too long. So it's very rare for me to be like super comfortable. So I try really hard to make my environment very cozy if I can, to kind of help the thing. Help the thing? I don't know. Sorry, there was literally a squirrel. I was about to go squirrel. Literally a squirrel running across the wall. And it's the cutest little thing I ever did see. It's all hopping. So cute. So fun. I love doing these. I really need to get started on my fall glue book. I think I have figured out exactly what I want to do. I know I'm going to be using a printable again, and I already know which one I'm going to use for that. I just need to do a couple little things first before I get going on my fall glue book, but I definitely want to start that next week. Are you guys doing a fall glue book? Let me know. Or maybe a fall junk journal or something of that nature. I'm really excited about it. I like doing the fall ones. Halloween is fun too, but not everybody celebrates Halloween. And then I get people, I feel bad because not everybody celebrates it, but it's fun. I like using Halloween images. I just think they're really cool and fun. So I definitely want to do that as well. Yeah. There'll be a lot of themed glue books coming up because you have fall, you have Halloween, you have Christmas, and just all these things. I think I'm going to make my holiday glue books a little bit smaller this year, and not have them be so big that I'm overwhelmed. And I was thinking of two things. One, I could either make them smaller, or two, I can make them big and I can work on them next year as well until they're done. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of going back and forth whether I want to do that, make them big to where I can still continue working on them next year, or if I want to make them smaller to where I could actually complete them this year. And I'm still trying to decide exactly how I want to do my binding. Every day I think of something, like I changed my mind. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing a cinch style or a glue folio style or just a more simple style. I don't know yet. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I do really like the cinch style for glue booking. I feel like it's so easy to glue when you have wire binding. And I know a lot of people don't like it because it's not as attractive, but for me, I would rather have it be more of an enjoyable experience to glue and be able to turn my pages easily and stuff and not have to hold one page down while working on another. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I do love working in things that are sewn in or a composition notebook and stuff, but sometimes it's just really nice to have a wire bound book that is just so easy to open and close your pages, or you can tuck one underneath the other and just work on the page you're on. I don't know. I really like it. And I know a lot of you have cinch machines now, so yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that. Now I'm deciding to, so I went through and I added some labels. They have green around the edges. If you can't tell, they're forest green. And I printed them on some faux coffee dyed paper. And then now I'm going in with these little leaf stamps, just adding some green. It's pretty light green, so it's, you know, kind of goes in the background a bit. I really love this page. It looks really good when it's all done. I was kind of thinking about making a book and just putting like a bunch of masterboards and filling it up. And then whenever I wanted to use a masterboard, I could just take one out and cut it up, because I really enjoy making them. So I thought, oh, it'd be kind of fun to like mass make a bunch of masterboards. So now I'm going to cut them up to 2.5 by 3.5. And I always turn my paper over because it is so fun to be surprised with what they look like when you flip them over. Now, if you want them to be a particular way or to look perfect or whatnot, definitely turn your paper over and look where you're cutting, because you can kind of make some adjustments as to where you cut. But I like to do it this way because I feel like it's actually a surprise. So I was kind of debating there. I really didn't want to do the side at 3.5. I wanted to just do 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, because I didn't make my paper go every which direction. I only had it going the right direction. So my 3.5 ones, all the paper is going to be going sideways, which really isn't a deal breaker. You're adding images and stuff on top anyways. So just something to think about. Those are my little scraps to the side there. I do that so that I can, you know, sometimes I use those scraps as tabs in my junk journals, things like that. So here are all of my artist trading cards before they're decorated. Beautiful bases. I really like how these turned out. Very fall, in my opinion. Well, yeah, I would say they're fall. So I got these stickers at Dollar Tree, and I was very intrigued by them. I really like them. They're really thin, and they're almost like plasticky. I don't know. They're really cool. I really like them. So that's why I did this setup with the tan, neutral colors, and the green, because I wanted to use these leaves. Sorry, this truck is hauling down my street. She was going all fast, and then she stopped and smiled at someone, like maybe someone told her to slow down or something. I don't know. Anyways, okay, sorry. You guys, this is a problem with having a window right outside my craft room, is I'm so distracted. Okay, stop looking outside. Stop looking at squirrels and crazy drivers. Okay, so now I'm just adding some words from Tim Holtz. Love these. Going in with black because I want to, and I think they look good, but also because there is a little bit of black, obviously, in the background pages, so I just thought they would look really classy and nice. So what I do here is I'm going around with this really light green. It's an archival ink, and so it's permanent. And I'm kind of going around a couple times, and I'm making it go quite a bit into the ATC. And then I'm going to come back in with some black, and I just lightly go around the edges, not taking away from the green, but just making the very edge a little bit darker. Super cool. I love this effect. I do this quite a bit. So there's my first one. I will say I noticed that these stickers don't stick very well, so I may have to go back in with some glue. I'm looking at them right now, and they're actually lifting off the paper. So if you get these from the Dollar Tree, make sure you use some glue beforehand. I really like these a lot. Although, I don't know. They're just not very sticky. And then I had this one on my finger, and I went to move it, and it ripped in half. I was like, what the heck? So I don't know. I like the way they look, but I think this is about where I rip it. Nope, up here, there it goes. See, it just like tore in half. It's like, what the heck? But you know, nothing a cosmetic surgeon can't fix. There we go. Look how pretty it is now. It's even better than before. Oh, man. Yeah, I would definitely add glue to these stickers. Or, you know, maybe put a heavy book on them for the night, you know, because then they'll stick a little bit better. So this is one of those examples of where I adapted. The right side of that paper was just way too brown for me. I didn't have enough green, so I had some of the scrap paper to my left, and I just grabbed one of those and added it on there, and it looks really good. I have this black and white snail here. I was debating about keeping it black and white, but I think I might go in with some colored pencil and just kind of lightly color it a little bit, just to give it a little bit more definition so it's not so pa-pow in your face, you know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Ooh, that's so cute. So I round my corners just because it's a personal choice. I don't always do it, but most of the time if I don't have a background, I do. By background, I mean sometimes I cut my artist trading cards 1/4 of an inch smaller. So I cut them to 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then I place those on a 2 1/2 by 3 1/2 to give myself a little bit of a border. I really like that look. When I do that, I usually don't round the corners, but I do sometimes. But that's when I normally have a straight edge. But if I'm doing them like this, I almost always round the corners. It's just a personal preference. I don't know why I do it. I just like it. So I only end up doing 3 of these today. That's all I had the energy for, and that's okay. I'm good with that. 3 is good. I made a whole masterboard and 3 artist trading cards. I would call that a success. Ooh, so cute. I have to do one more, though. I was going to stop here, and then I thought, no, I need to do more. This is a problem with having fibromyalgia. My brain wants to do stuff. My body does not. And they're in this constant battle. And today, my brain won a little bit more than my body did. I'm going to have to say, after this, I will have to rest for the rest of the day. I have been going through this massive flare-up for like weeks now, and I'm so over it. If you have fibro, you get it. It is just, I am so tired. But I try really hard to do my best to make it as best as I can, like drink lots of water, walk, stretch, move around, rest when I need to, heating pad, you know, ointments on my skin for where things are really sore. You know what I mean? So I do things to try and make myself have a little bit more energy without pushing myself too far. But anyways, these are turning out so cute. I know later today I might come back in my craft room and work on some more. All right, everyone, that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today and watching my video, hanging out with me while I made some artist trading cards. If you wouldn't mind, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to drink your water. It's super important, my friends. Have a fabulous day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, friends.